Hello again, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for being here. I think it is so important to share ideas about our own personal style experiences. The real info that's quite nicely formulated is already out there for us. People like Alison Bornstein, the whole team at Tibby, Amy Smilovic. I follow all these people. I'm getting all my runway information from Tuba Avalon. I follow all the people. And so I wanted to show you that I actually take that information in and then I go and do the work, figure things out for myself in my own wardrobe. I did a video last week about some new pieces and some new autumn inspiration. To get there and to feel that sense of freshness, I wanted some new things. And so to get some new things, I had to sell some old things. And here's the reason why I sold them. First up, I had this big old Garni, however you want to say it, raincoat, more like a poncho. And I bought it thinking it was going to be so versatile. It had like snaps down the whole sleeve and an adjustable thing where you could like pull the tab to make the sleeve shorter. So as much as it was overwhelming, I was like, this is so 100% waterproof. It's going to be the best. I'm going to use it so much and it's not going to be too overwhelming on me because I can style it up and I can do all these things with it. It's going to be great. I thought it was in keeping with how I think about clothes. I like versatility. It's how I think about my own designs. By the way, shameless plug, link in the description box to my website. I rework and upcycle clothing for a living. I thought this Garni raincoat was very up my alley. I've had it for about 3 years. Every time I wore it, essentially what was happening is it was too overwhelming and I wasn't using the pulley thing to pull up the sleeve. And because it was a cape, I couldn't put a bag on my arm. Or I'd have to have the bag underneath and then I looked like a crazy person. It just didn't make me feel good at all. It's not a bad piece. It'll be a lovely piece for somebody. I decided to sell this one because it was fussy. My style words, like I said, I've done the work, are modern, exaggerated, and effortless. I don't know how much modernity is in this raincoat. It's neither here nor there for me. It definitely felt exaggerated. It was huge. Like, to wear this thing, it was gigantic. I don't think I have any images of me in it, but I'm showing you what I have on the screen here. In all its hugeness, it wasn't effortless. The fussiness it took to function in this amount of waterproof fabric felt very fussy, did not make me feel effortless. And let's remember, everything we wear is completely related to how we're going to end up feeling. It just needed to go. I didn't mind letting this go because in the interim since I've had this coat, I'd stopped wearing it. I ended up getting a very practical black coat, way less fussy. This one, less fabric, still kind of voluminous, so it plays into my need for things to be exaggerated. It's got this cool little breastplate so you can kind of zip it up in the middle. I don't have to have the whole thing closed and feel overwhelmed if I am going out in the rain. It's just the perfect in between because let's be honest, it's not raining all day. This Garni coat, you'd have it on and then that would be you the whole day. This one I can play with and the versatility built into it is something I am more likely to use. Another piece that had to go was this long line blazer. This was originally a men's blazer, a sample I picked up from my previous job. I really love the cut of it. It's very high-end, very good quality, made in Italy, beautiful wool fabric. Something I did that was important for me when deciding on my style words is I let go of classic. I used to think that classic was part of my style words, but the thing is, inevitably, the things I wear are going to be classic because I like blazers, I like shirts, I like t-shirts, I like jeans, I like trousers. These are all classic things. However, a lot of items, like this long line blazer, when I put them on, just felt classic. I would have to go a long way to get like a crazy shoe or a crazy accessory to make the look feel modern and exaggerated. Outerwear that's too classic kind of just makes everything else feel really classic. I also have a really wonderful wool coat that I've had for going into my 3rd year with it. It serves me so well. It's got a fabulous, very wide shoulder, which is the exaggeration that I need in my looks. It's warm, it's a super long length. I don't really like jackets that are neither here nor there. Either be cropped, be short, or be long. This men's blazer is kind of in no man's land. This black wool coat serves the purpose of a wonderful coat for me. It's also warm enough that I don't really have to layer up too much underneath. This men's coat or blazer, you see, I don't even know if it's a coat or a blazer. This is the problem. It's too long to be a blazer. I wouldn't put anything over the top of it, where sometimes I do put coats over the top of my blazers, but it wasn't really warm enough or thick enough to be a coat. So I was just confused. It just took a lot of effort. It wasn't effortless. It wasn't exaggerated. It didn't feel modern. It felt too classic. Goodbye. Next, a pair of boots. I got these boots last year only, so I do feel bad that I am selling them on so soon. Here is an image of them. As you can see, the heel is completely damaged. And the reason why I did not take it upon myself to repair them and then sell them, or repair them and continue to wear them, the damage to this heel, the same type of damage, happened 3 times over, to the point where the leather was just completely ripped off. I did research it and it is repairable, so when I sold them I gave all the info. The rest of the boot though, fabulous condition, like definitely worth it, but worth it for someone who drives everywhere, not someone who's walking around in London every day. It was getting caught in between the concrete blocks and those like little grooves, and it was just a hazard. I kept them over the whole of the summer, looking at them thinking, go and get these repaired, go and get these repaired. But I knew I'd get into the cycle of thinking about wearing them, but then worried that I was going to damage the repair and putting more money into them. So I just wouldn't wear them anyway. And then I would have this thing that I see all the time, and when I'm getting dressed, I want the process to be effortless, but I'd be being bugged by feeling guilty that I wasn't wearing these boots. The fact is, I bought these boots when I was working in an office and living in a totally different area, and I was driving into work every day. You can wear this boot in a car, getting out, go into the office, get back in your car and go home. It's a great office boot. It's just not my walking around London boot as much as I loved it. What really is the best all-rounder boot is a Western boot. Something that is like cowboy inspired. It's the best shape heel. It feels kind of elevated and you feel dressed when you're wearing it. If you get really good quality ones, you can hear the boot. I quite like the sound of the boot on the sidewalk. It gives me a bit of a rhythm for my day. I'm kind of into it. I really love a cowboy boot or a Western inspired boot. They are the best all-rounder. I feel dressed up if I'm out at night. I feel dressed up for during the day, but I don't feel too dressed up. I also don't feel uncomfortable. Perfect heel height, perfect in-betweener, not too much, not enough. A really great all-rounder. I just used 3 examples. I've been letting go of quite a few more things. But this is the kind of process that I go through. I look at my style words, I look at what I'm not wearing and go, am I realistically going to wear this? And if not, why? And I can generally figure out that either the item doesn't feel modern, it feels too classic. Either it's fussy. So when I've worn it in the past, I find issue with the item. I find it quite difficult to wear and I don't feel comfortable in it. It takes away any feeling of effortlessness, and I really want to feel effortless in my outfits. So that's my little checklist that I use to make sure I'm getting rid of the right things and kind of keep this flow, this organic feeling that a wardrobe is an ever-evolving collection of things that can kind of change and adapt to your lifestyle as you need it. I hope you enjoyed this one. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you for more wardrobe reality soon.